Welcome back to the channel, fellow duelists. I'm TMac219, aka the Anime Accountant, and I have another Master Duel video for you guys. I'm pretty excited about this video. This may be the best duel I've ever had in Master Duel. I came back from my opponent having 17,800 life points, and I only had 1,200, and I still won this duel. So I wanted to go over this duel with you guys, show you guys how I did it, what deck I'm using, and so on and so forth. So the deck I'm currently using is a Blue Eyes deck. If you watch my other videos, I'm at a Platinum 5 and I'm trying to get to Platinum 1 with just using the Blue Eyes deck. Honestly, it's pretty hard in Master Duel because everybody else have all these other awesome decks with different card effects, and I really don't know what's the best deck that would get me to Platinum 1. So I've just been using this Blue Eyes deck. So basically, my first hand that I had was actually a pretty good hand. I was able to summon alternative Blue Eyes White Dragon onto the field. Use trade in with the Blue Eyes White Dragon in my hand to get 2 more cards out of my deck. And as you see, I got Mating with Eyes of Blue and the White Stone of Ancients. 2 pretty good cards. Set 1 down. Not much I can do since I went first, so I passed it on to my opponent. So I'm not for sure what type of deck my opponent was using, but it's pretty much a deck where he excavates a lot of cards. He gains life points off of cards that he excavates or banishes and stuff like that. So one thing that I did want to say, I switched around in my deck. I did add a True Light. Honestly, the only reason I added True Light to my deck was because I was playing a lot of Dark Magician decks, and I forgot what their trap card is. That is the equivalent to True Light, where they can keep summoning Dark Magicians. But I was just, at that point, I just got tired of it, so I'm like, okay, I'm going to add True Light back into my deck. I had taken True Light out of my deck originally because, you know, once it's destroyed and it destroys all your monsters on the field, and I was just like, that's not a very good caveat to have, but it actually came in very handy in this duel. So basically, I tried to use my 2 Blue Eyes monsters to summon my number 7 Dragula Worm. And at first I was like, okay, well, this is about to be GG's right now, because I could have honestly just used an effect, summon that number 1,000 Numeron Dragon, put his life points to 9,000 and won the duel. But of course, he has a card that once I summon the card, a trap card, once I summon the card, a special summon the monster, all my cards would be destroyed. But luckily, True Light came in handy yet again. So I summoned Maiden with Eyes of Blue. Am I the only Blue Eyes White Dragon player that thinks that it kind of sucks if you have Maiden with Eyes of Blue and alternative Blue Eyes White Dragon? You can't special summon Azure Eyes from your extra deck. I feel like that kind of sucks, since basically alternative Blue Eyes White Dragon says if it's on the field and it's special summoned your hand by showing a Blue Eyes, it's treated as a Blue Eyes White Dragon. But then again, I try yet again for the number 97 Dragula Bloom into the to the number 1,000 Numeron Dragon monster. So to, you know, gain a 9,000 attack points in the duel. And yet again, he cuts me off yet again, and you'll see it here. Boom, pop number 97 special effects. Discard alternative Blue Eyes White Dragon. Boom. Number 1, I keep saying number 1,000. No, number 100 Numeron Dragon. Add its effect, add a card from my special decks. Discard that card from it as material. 9,000 attack points. And right here, I thought it was game again. But no. My opponent, he has another trick up his sleeve. I hate this card so much. Like, this card saved him. It saved him so bad. So all I can really do is basically, you know, get another Blue Eyes White Dragon out of my graveyard, because as you guys can see, I have a trade-in inside my hand. And let's see what 2 cards that trade-in gives me. A Dark Hole and another alternative Blue Eyes White Dragon. Not bad. Like I said, he stopped me from getting game twice. I was pretty ticked off about that, but like I said, there's really nothing you can do. I didn't expect this duel to go on for this long. It may only seem like it was a 19-minute duel to you guys, but this duel was actually like 33 minutes before I edited this whole video. So basically, he gets my monster out of the graveyard. And and honestly, when he had this monster that was 6,400 attack points, I remember one time I dueled somebody with, I think, the exact same deck, and he had two of these out on the field, so that sucked. But he only could attack me there. My number 100 Numeron Dragon, it stayed at 9,000 to the end of that turn, so he couldn't attack me again. So I just said, at this point, screw it. We're getting rid of this whole field. I'm not having no monsters. You're not having any monsters. We're both going to have to start from scratch here. But luckily, my True Light, like I said, True Light, it's a very good card, but there's the caveat of someone having like a Twin Twisters or a Harpy's Feather Dust or any other card that can take a trap card out of the field. It really sucks because you could have board and they could just pop one card and everything's gone. So with True Light, there was really no point of me summoning my Azure Eyes to the field. So I just had like Maiden Eyes with blue, with just another card that could pretty much, tank attacks that he have and hopefully help me summon more Blue Eyes White Dragon to go into the field. So I didn't summon Azure Eyes because of True Light, and I just kept proceeding with the duel. Now you guys might say, well, this is a pretty close duel. He has 5,000 life points. You have 4,600 life points. You will see in this next couple turns what he pulls off, and I'm not gonna lie, I didn't think that I was gonna win this duel. So this card right here, Dimensional Fissure. Every time a monster is destroyed, it's banished and not actually sent to the graveyard. I think this is a key component of this deck because eventually he will summon another card, and I don't remember if it was on this turn or not. But of course, he tries to summon he tries to attack my Maiden. I was like, yes, another Blue Eyes. Then he had an Ash Blossom. Right here, I did not use my Dimensional Wall. Looking back at it, I'm thinking, did I misplay that? Should I have used the Dimensional Wall? Well, honestly, it didn't matter. Foreshadowing, I did win this duel, so I guess it wasn't really a misplay on my part. Maybe I could have won the duel quicker if I wouldn't have did that. But to furthermore on with the duel, I attack his monster with my Blue Eyes White Dragon. Is this the monster with that funky effect? I think it is. Yes. When that card is destroyed, we both have to excavate cards from our deck to our graveyard, or maybe it's from our deck and they're banished. And so, as you can see, I was looking at the cards that were banished, and I wasn't like too upset about them. I mean, he did banish a couple of my Dragon Shrines and my Return of the Dragon Lords, but honestly, not any monsters. He did banish a Regeki, but like I said again, I did have Lightning Storm already in my hand, which I didn't use yet, so I was kind of okay with the cards he banished. Now, this card that he just played here, that spell card, that is the card where he allowed him to keep gaining life points for every card that was banished. But if you guys have been watching my channel, you know I keep a skill drain in my deck for times like this. So basically, try to attack him directly. Banquet of Millions. I despise this card with a passion. So off of Banquet of Millions, he just got 6,000 life points and then deducted 3,000 from my Blue Eyes White Dragon attack. Luckily, the cards that were banished from my extra deck come back into the extra deck, but I don't think that really mattered because I didn't really have any more extra decks summoning after all this happened. So another card that he has, my Blue Eyes was banished. He gained another 500 life points, and I was just like, okay, well, screw this. I don't know. I'm not even about to read what this card effect is. I know that he can use it to tribute on my side of the field if I have and destroy all the cards I have. So I just popped Skill Drain because I didn't know if he get any other special effect from it. More of his cards were banished. He got 4,000 more life points. Now, I don't know if he if this guy's new to platinum or he just didn't know the power of skill drain. So he attacked me directly with this card. And I guess he thought the special effect was going to go through, but it did not. But regardless, he gained 500 more life points. At this time, I'm thinking like, okay, I don't. I was thinking when I was playing this, the only way I can win this duel is like maybe I can stall him long enough where, he runs out of cards to play, and he hasn't, and I still have cards on the field, or he runs out of cards before me. But I placed my Forbidden Droplet, which is a card that I just put 3 copies of in my deck, and it was huge. So I got him down to 5,800 life points, okay? Not bad, but he still gets up to 17,800 life points at one point of this duel to my 1,200. Yes, I can, to only my 1,200. So, what you can do, believe in the heart of the cards. I'm not gonna lie though, in this duel, I did feel like Yugi. I'm actually gonna say I did feel like a Tim. I don't know if I just kept drawing the cards I needed, kept believing in the heart of the cards, but coming back and winning this duel was just absolutely amazing. So, of course, he keeps gaining life points. Stalling out, I can't really, get to his life points at this point because he's keep drawing, cards that can be sent from his hand to the field, or he's taking my monsters out by tributing what's on my side of the field to put something into his hand, or from his hand. So, pretty much, and I have a dimensional wall here, and I wanted it to place it down, but I think this is something actually key I did in this duel, because as you can see, I have 2 continuous trap cards out and 2 face down cards that I haven't used yet, and I saw that from all the cards that was vanquished that I still had a Twin Twister and Harpy's Feather Duster in my deck. And I needed to get rid of those 2 back row spell cards immediately. So I didn't want to be in a position where I couldn't play him with it because I didn't have any slots left. So I just kept Dimensional Wall in my hand because honestly I didn't think he had a monster strong enough to destroy the monster he basically gave me. But now I get to use my Ash Blossom. So thanks for excavating those cards, but you're getting no benefit of drawing. But he still gets the benefit of gaining life points, and he only has 10 cards in his deck. So I'm going to see how many life points he gained after this. 500 plus another 5,000. So he's at 17,300. And he's almost at the max part of that life points that he got in this duel. So I draw another Ash Blossom. And actually not a bad draw. So I go into battle, attack his face down card. And then this is where he gains that extra 500 life points. Now he's at 17,800, guys. I told you, I was not joking. 17,800 life points to 1,200 life points. Tell me I was not in my bag from this point forward in this duel. As you can see, I'm going through saying, okay, what has he gotten rid of? He hasn't gotten rid of anything that I'm really too worried about. A Max C, that's cool. And then I think this is a part where he misplayed. I think instead of skill drain, he should have destroyed my True Light instead. The reason I say this is because the monster that he would have destroyed, what's the monster on the field that I had, would have actually went back to his hand and not to my hand. If once he destroyed, actually it would have got banished. My bad, but I wouldn't have had any other monsters. So basically, if he would have destroyed my True Light, that monster he had would have been banished, and he would have gained some more life points. But instead, he got rid of my skill drain, which I really wasn't too worried about. Because at this point of the duel, I honestly thought I was going to lose, but I was like, I'm just going to keep playing it through. So now I have 9,000 worth of attack power out in the field, over 9,000. What did Vegeta tell Naka? His power level, it's over 9,000. Well, that was me in this duel right here. I kind of felt like when Yugi was dueling Noah, and he had to take over, he put his deck and Kaiba's deck together, and he fused Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon, then defused it for game at that point. But like I said, and this is another key thing that I didn't know. So I special summoned this monster just from the fact that I wanted to do 9,000 damage in from his life points first. Then I special summon this monster, Hope Harbinger. But one of the effects of Harbinger is that when a opponent's spell is effect activates, I can negate the effect and put his spell card as material for Harbinger. So that was my plan. But, you know, of course in Master Duel, plans don't always go as they seem. So he ends his phase. I don't know what the card he has face down. I do have my Forbidden Droplet, which came in handy. So I'm like, yes. Twin Twisters. Okay, you're not gaining life points anymore in this duel. So I was like, yes, I've hit my Twin Twisters. Get rid of Silver's Cry. I'm ready to get rid of that face down because I don't know what it is yet. And get rid of the card that keeps letting him gain life points. But so this is where I was kind of scared because I didn't know what it was. But then he had this pulsary activation device, and the card he chose was actually originally his that got sent back to his hand. So I attack him for 3,000 more damage to his life points. But and then I do something else that I thought was going to be a misplay. I set Lightning Storm, but I wasn't thinking because I still have True Light on the field, and you only can use Lightning Storm when you have no face-up cards, not no face-up monsters, no face-up cards, period. And guess what I draw next? Just guess. A Harpy's Feather Duster. So I'm thinking to myself, damn it, man. I may have just screwed myself out of coming back on this duel. But I keep it going. I attack him directly for 3,000 more damage. Boom. So now it's 2,500 to 1,200 life points in my turn. And actually I didn't know this would happen. So he uses the same card that he just took. He used that activation device and put it back into his hand. Then he uses it to get rid of my Harbinger. But the crazy part is about this, I thought all three, like Harbinger as the card and all the XYZ material, would go to the graveyard. But Harbinger only was banished, and my Blue Eyes monsters went to the graveyard. So I was able to use True Light and summon them back onto the field, which I thought was like, I didn't know I could do that. And just to stall out, I used Forbidden Droplet to negate the effects of the monster he just had and half his life points. Then using the dimensional wall out on the field, so I can clear up space for my Harpy's Feather Duster. So, with that being said, this was this duelist's last turn, because I'm like, alright, so no more of my monsters are getting banished. Harpy's Feather Duster, go in, do your job. Get rid of his that last spell card in his back row. Boom. Activate True Light to get the alternative Blue Eyes White Dragon back on the field so I can use his special effect to get rid of his last monster. Then boom, still have two monsters to attack with. And I guess you guys are wondering, well, did that attack go through? Yes, it did, boys. GG's. I just came back from a 17,800 life point to me only having 1,200 life points. Victory. And I believe that whole rewards list should have been filled up off after that duel. So thanks guys for tuning into the video. I was super excited to make it. I just wanted to show you guys how I came back from that big of a deficit and still won a Master Duel with the Blue Eyes deck with that. So thanks everybody for tuning in. GG's, and I hope you guys have an awesome weekend.